Alright, what's up guys? So, it's been a second. I don't really know why I haven't been recording, but I haven't been. So, this is gonna be, like I said in the last video, this is gonna be the Plankerton storm shields. These, I haven't been done with all of them, but these are 1 through 5 so far. So first we got the storm shield. It's honestly pretty simple. It looks a little, like, complicated, but it's pretty simple. We just got like the standard like normal 3x3 box, and we have the trap tunnel actually connected to it. So first I just made it out of stone because when I was building this, that's what I had. I'm gonna show the top first because it's the easiest. So just anti-air traps on the top. Yeah, about this. So this is kind of just random. Doing like a normal broadside right here, broadside on both sides. You can have a wall trap, ceiling trap, and I mean that's what I'm doing right now, but you don't need to. So this is the other side of the main trap tunnel, so it's just really floor traps, a bunch of wall traps, and a bunch of ceiling traps. First, I have these little half walls to make them, you know, take a little bit more time. I was using these wall spikes because that was what I had at the time. I've since got rid of them. You can get rid of these wall spikes if you want, and you could really put anything, any wall trap. Wooden floor spikes to slow them down. This is what I've been doing the last video, wooden floor spikes to slow them down. Then these punishing rooms, these timeout rooms, broadsides on the side so they ricochet off the walls, wall launchers. You don't necessarily need to have them leveled up, but it doesn't really matter what level they are. It's just as long as they can hit to this other side right here. And for me, they do. Now, this is kind of needed because, I mean, to some people it might not look good, but if you want the husks to actually go through here, you have to have it like this, where there's a half wall and then a door. So if you don't know how to do that, it's pretty uncommon. You just make a T. But if you go to the storm shield, I think when you spawn is to your right. If you're looking north, it's going to be to your right. So there's 3 different trap tunnels for the 3 different ways they can come. So the first one, probably going to take the most materials, but it's definitely the most efficient. And you really just break these stairs. It's just walk the wooden floor spikes so they slow them down, obviously. If you don't have wooden floor spikes, you need to get them because they're extremely important. And the broadsides, obviously, they ricochet off the other walls. Any ceiling trap you want. I have a sound wall right here because it will hit them when they go up here. I didn't think it would either, but it will. And that's just for if any husks want to try and break this, because that is pretty common for them to try and do. You do want to put ceiling traps here, but I didn't. I guess I was low on materials when I made this. But even without these, this is still an extremely good build. You want to keep the amplifiers naked because it's just a save on materials. And I just realized I didn't show you where to put the base for the storm shield, so I guess I'll do that in a second. But for this side, you really want to put the base about like right here on this one. It will cover down there. I was skeptical at first, but it will. And if you keep this wall here, it will connect to this side, and I think it'll go about to these. So you could just put anti-air traps on these if you really want to, but everything right here, you don't need to put anti-air traps because the base is going to be covering it if you put it right there. So this is going to be probably the side that is attacked the most by the husks. This is gonna be, I kind of flipped the floor traps around, but that's okay, this still does work. So it's just gonna be the same thing. It's just gonna be timeout rooms, wall launchers. I have sound walls on this one. There isn't really a difference. I like sound walls more than wall darts, because even if they do more damage with the wall darts, the sound walls, if they do survive this, the sound walls stop them from being able to like damage any walls. So for sploders, that is extremely good. For sploders and smashers, they're basically rendered useless. So that's mainly why I use them. If you're having a big problem with sploders and they keep destroying your base, you keep failing, I would recommend putting sound walls. It doesn't really matter what color they are, but the duration of the sound walls is going to be extremely important. So this is going to be the last side. This is a pretty small one because not many husks spawn here. So what I have, just have the corner walls like this just to slow them down, the floor freeze traps to literally freeze them, literally slow them down. And if they are surviving, since there isn't many damaging traps, there's only 3 traps that actually do damage in this. We have the wall launchers to launch them back if they don't get frozen. The wall launchers to launch them back. My wall launchers are pretty bad. I don't have any launch, I forgot what it's called, impact and knockback. Yeah, I don't have any knockback, but if you do upgrade your knockback, that is definitely going to help. So that is going to be it for Amplifier B. And like I said, I forgot to show you guys where to put your base. So if I were you, I would put your base, I tried to put it right here, but that didn't cover these back ones. So if you want, you can put your anti-air traps instead of right here, you can put them right here, and then instead of having this kind of checkerboard way, you could just have it on the opposite ones, and then you can have your base right here. Okay, Amplifier A, this is Amplifier A for me. It's going to be the amplifier that's behind the storm shield. It's basically the same thing as B, I'm pretty sure at least. I'm pretty sure it has 3 trap tunnels, yeah, 3 trap tunnels that are mainly just, one of them is mainly just for about one side, 1 or 2 sides. But anyway, the main trap tunnel is going to be this first one. So most of the husks, if they spawn over here, are gonna go up this way, and you want to have the wooden floor spikes. If I were you, I would put this corner wall. I really don't know why I didn't, but I would do that. The wooden floor spikes slow them down, as always. That's our favorite floor trap. We have the ceiling gas trap, and these 2 wall darts just for extra damage. The wall launcher to push them into the timeout room. You can have a sound wall, again, if you're having problems with sploders, but you don't need to. Ice traps to freeze them. Again, you could also go with fire traps, tar pits. You can go with any floor trap that you really want. I prefer to not use floor launchers. I prefer to use floor freeze, flame growth floor traps, or tar pits. Those are the 3 best that I would do in a timeout room. So we have, if they do survive this, which they probably won't because they're just gonna get hit back through there, but if they do survive this, we go up here, flame growth floor trap right here, a ceiling gas traps, and you have this wall launch, but flame growth floor trap, ceiling gas traps, timeout room, wall darts. You can again use sound walls, broadsides. I don't really know what I was doing over here. This was kind of, I was really low on materials and I was trying to make a good one, but I use wooden floor spikes on the floors right here. I'm actually gonna break that. If I were you, I would probably, you obviously want to have these wall launchers. Obviously the wooden floor spikes, our favorite traps. I have wall darts just because it's pretty, I mean, they're really good traps. I didn't like them before. I would personally, if you do have broadsides, I would just use broadsides, but I was really low on planks, like you can see here. I already am right now, and I couldn't really make them, so I would put flame growth floor traps or freeze traps on these floors, but you don't have to. You could use tar pits, ceiling traps, whatever traps you want. You can use tire traps. I mean, they do a lot of damage, but they reload so slowly. So if you have gas traps, I would definitely recommend those over the ceiling traps. And I'm going to show you guys actually where to put the base. I completely forgot about that. So for this trap tunnel, I would probably put the base like right here, maybe right here or right here. You can even put it up on this ceiling, but it's really just between these 3. Those are the best ones, they're gonna hit the most. For this side, I mean, it's just like 4 tiles actually, so you can really put it anywhere. I mean, the best spots are obviously in the middle, but the last one is going to be this trap tunnel. It's gonna be, if you don't have that amplifier over there, you want this, but if you do have the amplifier over there, this is basically useless. But I'm just gonna show it because I already have it built, and I don't want to miss out on an amplifier for you guys and not be helpful. So it's honestly really simple. They walk into the wall launcher, they go to about either this floor or this floor, something like that, and again, I have these ice traps here just because if they do like have a big horde of husks and all these traps are reloading, these ice traps are going to be really helpful because it's just going to give them that extra second or two for those traps to get ready and reload. And for the base, again, you're gonna probably want to put your base about right here or right here. If you do put your base here and it's not reaching that far one right there or that wall back there, you do want to put it right here. So it is 100% going to hit it right there. I've tested it. It is going to work. So that is going to be the last of Amplifier A. We have 2 more amplifiers to go for me. Alright guys, so for me this is Amplifier C. This is a really difficult one, I'm not going to lie. Have these little corner pieces right here for the the floor launchers, sorry, to push them back. They're probably going to land right here, then they're going to have to go all the way back there. And they might actually break this, but they're probably going to drop down. If they are breaking this, you definitely want to do something about that quickly. I would use wall darts, or you can use ceiling traps. You can really use anything you want. This floor launcher over here will be helpful for you. But again, you know, really not needed. This is kind of the default, the normal amplifier build. This is what most people do when they get out of Stonewood or they get into high Plankerton. Have a bunch of flame growth floor traps all around. It's mainly because I didn't have, you know, that many ceiling traps. You can put a little less. You don't really need to put ones right here, like on these sides of the floor launchers, but to me they kind of look ugly, so I just kind of put like a ring of fire, no pun intended, around the entire base with these flame growth floor traps. I mean, it definitely looks cool, and it obviously works really good, but you don't have to do this. You could just put ceiling traps, and that's really all you need to do. So yeah, the floor launchers right here, pyramids, and just rinse and repeat on both sides, on all 4 corners. So for the middle, where there's, you know, like none of these floor launchers, I just have wall darts and those flame glow floor traps we saw from before. Those will basically kill everything, but if they're not killing everything, you could put broadsides on this wall and have a wall right here adjacent to it. You can put a broadside on here, but you don't need to. If you're running low on materials, then you don't really need to, but that's basically it for this, I'm pretty sure. If I were a constructor, I would probably put the base either up here, because that's, you know, the normal amplifier, you get everything. But since the lobbers are so, like, addicted to, you know, trying to break this trap tunnel, I guess they're smart. You can put an extra floor right here and just put the base right there. It's gonna hit most of this side. Alright, what's up guys, we back. So there's 2 things about this. So first, this is not the last amplifier. This is the last amplifier for me because I am on to my 6th Plankerton, but there is a Plankerton Storm Shield Defense, I think it's 8, where there is a 5th amplifier, either this one or there's another one, if you saw it at the beginning of the video, down under that little ramp behind the trap tunnel at Amplifier A. The second part is that I don't really have enough materials to show you guys where the traps are going to be. So the first one, some of the husks, there is a spawn where they can come over here. So what the build that I normally do is kind of like the Amplifier D build in Stonewood. They can go up from that corner right there, if you can see behind the storm, climb above. So when this thing moves, you do want to build a wall there, and you don't really need to upgrade it. They won't break it, they won't do anything, they'll just go through here. So you want to put wooden floor spikes, wall launchers right here for the timeout rooms. I can't really show you guys. I mean, you can put sound walls on the edge kind of wall right here, on the back wall, any ceiling traps you want. This is going to be 2 different punishment rooms right next to each other, timeout rooms, sorry. You want broadsides on both sides, and flammable floor trap, tar trap, or ice trap. You can use wall spikes or broadsides. I prefer broadsides. Sound walls are wall spikes on this. Wall spikes. I've been saying them wrong this whole video. Wall darts. Sorry about that, guys. I really hope you guys didn't get confused with that. Wall darts, definitely, is basically it with this side. So it's basically the same build as Amplifier C. You have the standard amplifier build, like anti-air traps on these 2 little ceiling kind of things right here to hit the husks and the lobber heads that they throw at you. So let's get on to the actual trap tunnel. I feel like I've been on this amplifier for years. So this is extremely simple. Broadsides on these sides, because you might be able to guess, once they hit the other side and ricochet, they're gonna fall down, and if they hit on this ramp, they're gonna fall down into a bunch of the husks' feet. Darts, sorry. The wall darts that are on this wall, I'm pretty sure wall darts are the only trap that can reach that far, except for the broadsides, which you don't really want the broadsides. And then for the ceiling, I would put ceiling drop traps, because they have a longer range than the ceiling gas traps. So again, the broadsides on these sides, wall darts, and the ceiling drop traps. So I'm pretty sure that's everything for this amplifier. You want to upgrade all the walls, obviously. And that is basically it for me. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to upload. I've been doing some stuff in real life. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. I'm out.